Okay, so today we're going to be talking about hyperbolas. These are, again, on your formula chart, but in this case they look like this. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit about those. So I'm going to first, let's discuss what the horizontal hyperbolas look like. That means they open horizontally, so they open to the left and they open to the right. Okay. Our equation is x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Okay. In this case, you still need to look and see what your A is under to determine if it's horizontal or vertical, but you need to see it's not changing just on the bottom, it's flipping the whole thing. We also have asymptotes for this because of how they are. Your asymptotes will go in between so you know how far away they are from each other. To find that, you have y equals plus or minus, because one of them's positive, one's negative, your b over your a times x minus h plus k. So that's how you figure out your asymptotes. You can just plug in everything you have. In this case, your to find your a, b, and c, you have c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So basically that is your that's the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Everything stands true, is the same. The b is the distance from the center to your co-vertex, where a is the distance from the center to your vertex, and c is the distance from your center to the focus. Okay, but this time it's talking about the center, like where your hyperbola surround. Okay, the vertical is practically the same, but it's vertically, so it opens up and down. Okay, again, we still have our asymptotes. Our equation, this time it starts with y. Okay, y and k always go together. And if we look, my a is with the y, so that's why it's vertical. Okay, equals 1. In this case, your asymptotes are y equals plus or minus a over b, x minus h plus k. Okay, again, all of this information we can find on here. So the asymptotes are written right there, the asymptotes are written right there. Okay, so you just need to look and see what information do you have and which one should you use. Alright, let's look at an example. I want to determine the center, the vertices, the foci, and the asymptotes of the hyperbola and sketch. Okay, so they give me the equation x minus 2 squared over 1 minus y plus 3 squared over 3 equals 1. And this minus right here can tell you the difference between the hyperbolas and ellipses. So if I were to give you a test and there was the two different kinds, the minuses are always the hyperbolas and the addition is always the ellipses. Okay, so first, x is first, so that's going to be horizontal, so it's going to open to the left and right. Okay, the center I can get from looking at these, taking the opposite, so 2, negative 3. Okay, the vertices I can get by figuring out what a and b are. Okay, so this case, a is always first, so a is 1, b is root 3. Okay, which is about 1.7. Okay, so let's start graphing what we have. So the center is 2, negative 3. Okay, and I know that the vertices are 1 away from that. Okay, so 1 away from that in each direction. So I'm going to be going left and right because it's horizontal. So the vertices are going to be 3, negative 3, and 1, negative 3. Okay. Now, the co-vertices are 1.73 away from that. Okay, so if I were to add 1.73, I would get 2 negative 1.27. So I'm adding that to negative 3. And if I were to subtract it, I would get negative 4.73. Okay, and you can again do this on your calculator to get that. Okay, now when I have my vertices and co-vertices, I connect those. Those are the midpoint of your lines. Okay, so we have this box. Okay, this gives me the guidelines of how I'm graphing. My asymptotes should go through the corners of those. So those are my asymptotes, so it gives me the guidelines of the shape of my graph. Okay, and we can get the asymptotes by using the equation. So here's the equation for the horizontal. So I'm going to have plus or minus b is root 3 over a is 1 times x minus h plus k. So k is negative 3. So that's the asymptotes. That's how we get those. Okay, the only thing I'm missing now is the foci. Well, I don't know what the foci is because I don't know what c is yet. So I'm going to have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, again, all of this information is on your chart, so you know what goes with what. So a squared is 1, b squared is 3, c squared. So c squared equals 4, so c equals 2. So your foci is 2 from the center. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2. So those coordinates would be 4, negative 3, and 0, negative 3. I went too far on this one. So, to draw your hyperbolas, go from your vertex and open them horizontally, left and right, so you get it correct. Okay, did we find everything we needed? We found the center, yes. Vertices, yes. Foci, asymptotes, yes. Alright, good to go. Your assignment is A9, page 760, numbers 1 through 4, 7, and 10. Please let me know if you have any questions and use your formula chart as your reference, and good luck.